Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining our webinar, The Attention Economy, where we're going to be discussing our top tips on how to maximize your mobile engagements. This is going to be driven by our very own AI guru, Ben, who is on the line. And without further ado, I shall pass you over to him shortly.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Sarah, for the introduction. So I'm Ben. I'm managing Adludio Global Sales Partners from Paris in France, and I'm happy today to present this webinar about capturing attention through creative and AI. So first of all, Adludio, who are we? We are an AI-led advertising platform that delivers premium interactive mobile advertising. Yeah, we've been capturing brand engagement from people's first screen, their mobile devices, for almost a decade. And today we will discuss attention. How can it be defined, measured, but all through the lens of Adludio. I want to show this almost as a case study. Yeah, we will then have a Q&A session to discuss your point of views, whether you agree or disagree with our approach, and perhaps kick off a debate around attention and measurement. So we focus on creative because we believe creative plays a much larger role in driving attention than what the market has covered to date. Since this piece that you can see on screen from 2017, very little, in fact, about the creative role in driving outcome has been published. The market has a tendency to focus on understanding channels and media more than there is in regards to how creative plays a role. The fact of the matter is that great creative not only drives attention, but tangible brand outcomes too. And that's why we put such a great emphasis on creative engagement data, using human touch as a starting point to optimize attention outcomes. So since day one, we've been committed to developing market-leading creative insights in order to inform brands about how to create engaging ads made for mobile. The value of Adludio really lies in attention insights using creative data on people's first screen, where no other player does this at scale. Now, there are many ways to measure attention, to define it, and we saw that our starting point at Adludio has been mobile engagement. But there are more and more data points to capture and consider. And AI now helps make sense of this data. In our case, it helps predict outcome using creative. So every marketer should work, of course, towards understanding attention, how it applies to her or his own brand, and look into how to use AI or partner with vendors or partners with AI capabilities to make the most of it. But having a plan for capturing attention through powerful creative design and models is also going to be future-proof in advertising, because attention will matter even more in a post-cookie world. We'll need more insights once cookies are removed to make sense of randomized data points in order to drive more creative thinking and suggestions. Yeah. So we know attention is the right battle to fight, but attention is not guaranteed. And one must be careful as to what to pick as an attention metric. What we now call vanity metrics, like impressions, clicks, etc., they don't tell us much about attention. Once we know people are exposed to thousands of ads every day, it's easy to assume we may miss most of the advertising we're exposed to. So it's a bit like impressions don't equal necessarily reach. Only a third, as you can see, of target audiences may actually look upon your ad. So that's why, again, it comes back to the creative. Yeah. One step further could be, should we trade on mobile creative performance? Yeah. This is a step that at Adludio we've taken. And the fact seems to point this is where the market is going as well, with the aim to find alternatives to outdated pricing models like CPM, use better ways to measure reach through real attention. Yeah. So, again, through the lens of Adludio, showing you some of the creatives we make, we've developed market-leading creative insights to inform brands about how to create engaging ads, where they spend most of their time on their mobile. Adludio ads fuse audio, video, animation, physical interactivity to prompt users to engage into a micro-brand experience. And these are sensory, gamified, high-impact mobile-first creatives, completely engineered to capture consumer attention. So that interactivity drives better memorability through what we call kinesthetic learning, learning by doing, as opposed to passive viewing from static banners or autoplay videos. But most importantly, it shows engagement as our metric to measure attention because it's voluntary. Yeah, it's tangible. It can be measured, it can be optimized in real time. We also chose to charge advertising campaign in our use case on a CPE model, cost per engagement, having in mind that only creative performance mattered and performance being identified as a single, genuine, voluntary brand engagement, like a swipe up, a press and hold, or a scroll in these examples. We mentioned that AI is now able to process and interpret data in a large variety of ways. And we now have an unprecedented understanding of advertising and effectiveness. When I say we, it's not only Adludio, it's the industry, the advertising industry in general. But it's only the beginning, and AI will help solve challenges of facing such a huge amount of information and options. So let's deep dive a bit more into that. So in our case, AI powers up what I like to call a virtuous circle. We produce interactive ads made for our first screen, our mobile. Smart algorithms then optimize towards delivering brand engagements, not impressions. And creative engagement data pulls the next set of creative, helping produce attention-winning creative. So this allows our platform to be an end-to-end integrated solution, merging historical performance data to inform and produce smart creative delivered on established global marketplaces and optimized by machine learning and proprietary algorithms, all designed to deliver brand outcomes. That's one way of doing this, of working towards attention metrics, yeah, and optimization. So at Adludio, quickly, some products we use to give you an idea. We tap into ad creative which analyzes images, text metadata using AI in order to design the best performing creative against a specific campaign KPI, learning, of course, from past campaigns with similar objectives and creatives. AdMedias is a unique algorithm that works with most of the premium marketplaces worldwide and mines both real-time and historical data to guarantee that ads are shown in optimal places to the right people. And Adopto, it's a series of proprietary algorithms that have been designed to increase chances to drive brand engagement. For example, using Adludio's algorithmically ranked inventory, relative again to specific campaign objectives or KPIs. So why does this work? It works because one, it allows for more creative automation, simply put. Fast AI-powered design process meets what the client is expecting, which is unreasonable short deadlines, as we all know. Two, it delivers delivery automation. So winning combination of bidding strategies and best traffic sources allow us to deliver that automation. And finally, it's outcome focused. Yeah, it's a unique media approach focused on guaranteed outcome. In our case, a brand outcome is a brand engagement. So this is a short video which is in a loop, so don't be surprised if it repeats itself, but it's showing very broadly what we do, and it's probably reflective as well of the advancements in AI platforms in advertising nowadays, where it's possible to predict outcomes before an ad has been served, be it attention, motivation, or creative quality. Finally, also building a technology which predicts the success of creative assets and that has the ability to optimize towards a successful outcome, such as a brand engagement. It allows us to measure the value of creativity in digital advertising. Yeah, in using technology to understand, measure, and predict in the end creative effectiveness. That's the goal. So the realm of possibilities down the line, it includes many things. Like you could think of establishing creative quality scores. So what's the minimum acceptable for a good creative? Or analyzing, that's what we do, visual features. Yeah, we using AI to extract, analyze, and process each creative data points, along with the media data that accompanies it to inform the machine learning model on the main visual features that are driving performance. It could also be having identified visual attention data points. So can we even predict attention? Yeah. All in all, the purpose is really to automate creative best practices. I will, dare I say, democratize uh, advertising creative best practices. Yeah. If we could set up, we as an industry, a powerful predictive model which could be strengthened by automatic detection, tracking of the basic principles of creativity. For me and for Adludio, and probably for everyone, that will be the synonym of success. So another thing, once we merge creative and AI capabilities, that also simplifies the production of what not long ago may have looked as complex builds. Yeah, so what you see on screen are extreme example, I will say, of gamified creatives, but it's just to give you an example of what's possible to do in very short turnaround times or very less resources than before. And as a result, gamification, immersion are going to become democratized tactics, probably to capture attentions, of course, depending on campaign objectives. But that also suddenly AI opens up much more creative possibilities. So um, we should ask these questions when defining an attention metric to lead our measurement strategy. Yeah. First, am I using a tangible metric? Something that wouldn't cause confusion in reading the results, something clear and easy to define. In our case, again, it's an engagement. Could be something else. Actionable. Is it going to help me optimize my advertising campaign, be it from a creative or media point of view? And real time. Does it allow me to understand the brand health or sales uplift with instant, readily available data? Can I use this even as an indicator of performance? The leading indicator of performance. So that attention metric that you will define, you will find out yourself based on, of course, your unique brand use case, will constitute and should probably constitute the base of your attention strategy. Yeah. So that's it, really. That's what we wanted to share today in 15 minutes, touching the points about what is attention, how do we define it, through the lens of Adludio, running through various approaches and examples and case studies, and finally trying to define what are the steps to identify a good metric. I would like to open up this now to interactivity, yeah? No pun intended, but feel free to ask questions, challenge us on some of the comments you've seen here, and let's exchange and have a debate around attention and measurement. Please.
We do have a few. Thank you so much for that, Ben. That was really insightful. I certainly enjoyed it, so I hope everybody else did. One of the questions that have come up is, will this work for the same ads in different countries?
Yes, indeed. So if the question is, will that approach work across different markets? It will, right? Because it's based on machine learning past historical creative performance. Will the outcome, however, be the same in every market or region? Probably not. It won't even be the same based on different brand categories, verticals, or even campaigns within the same verticals. Yeah, but the process of automating, learning from past campaigns, infusing that understanding insights and data into real-time campaigns, that's applicable indeed globally.
So it's just constant learnings on this, constant improvements.
It's constant improvement indeed, Sarah.
Why would you say, Ben, CPE over CPM? I mean, everybody is so used to measuring and to using and buying CPM. So why is CPE superior?
Yes. So disclaimer here, I've been running a personal crusade against CPM for many years now. So I may not be as objective as I should be, perhaps. But if you look, sorry, accident.
It's okay.
If you look at it from a rational point of view, right? You will note that translating reach through impressions, as of today, where you're exposed, I think I read 15,000 ads a day. It's not a joke. You can Google it.
Well, I actually did a LinkedIn post on this, Ben, and I asked people how many you think you see and split it up to 4,000, 8,000. And I think 200 people engaged in it and 60% thought that it was 5,000. So the battle for attention is really on. And even some very senior people in some enormous corporations in marketing divisions and advertising divisions, actually, even they got it wrong. So we're constantly, we're being hammered with advertisements. So it's so important that we get it right because the battle for attention is enormous, right?
No, absolutely. So what I was saying is that there are so many now exposure. Your attention is split pretty much all the time. That relying on impression, paying for an impression means nothing almost today, from my point of view. We may still measure some impression as viewable, but even that viewability is now questioned, right? So, of course, there are big and very good companies always constantly improving those verification or viewability models, and relying on a high number of impression may still be the best route for your brand, depending on what's your brand strategy. But if we are talking purely about driving brand attention, awareness to specific groups, or trying to measure creative performance, even CPE takes over CPM simply because it's based on a much more tangible, matter of fact metric, which is an engagement, which again, most of the time won't be just a tap, which may be accidental. We are talking
Yeah.
about a real engagement here, like a swipe up or press the screen, something that's
Mhm.
anchored in a gesture and also in time, in how long that completion may take. Hope
So
that
it's
makes sense.
So it's a guarantee of actual interaction with your potential customers, not just, somebody seeing it for a second when they're swiping through or an accidental tap.
Correct.
So what about cost? Because this is always a big question with anything. If people do realize that CPM is not the best way perhaps moving forward, and CP is something that we need to move into, how does it affect the cost? Is it going to cost us a lot more money because people are usually apprehensive, and how does it work?
Well, the pricing is completely different, right? You're
Yeah,
not going to pay the same rate for a CPM campaigns as you
of
would for a
course.
CPE. That, as you say, the guarantee a brand engagement in the Adludio case. So it doesn't increase budgets. It just
Okay.
changes how your budgets are spent. Yeah, you're suddenly moving. If you move from CPM to CPE, you're moving from a model where basically you spray and pray. I'm simplifying a bit, but that's it.
So
Paying
you're getting
perhaps
more
a
for your
very
money.
low, yeah, you're paying a very low price for a high amount of impressions that may or may not be measured as viewed, or you pay, of course, a bigger premium on a guaranteed brand engagement, which is the solution we preferred, and
Mhm.
we start, I mean, from the start of Adludio, started selling. Yeah.
So really, I'm a bit of a super scrimper. It won't cost you anymore, but it just makes your money go further, is what you're saying on the budgets.
Absolutely. Yes.
Perfect.
It
Is this
guarantees
industry
my money goes into an outcome. Yeah.
Sorry, Ben. Is this industry specific? Could it work B2B and B2C?
It's not industry specific. It's
Okay.
logic specific, right? So again, this what we try to show through this presentation is not you know uh, necessarily advocating for a CPE model only. It's just advocating for better ways of spending media money and better ways of measuring creative performance. Our point of view is it should be creative performance because it's directly linked to attention. So it applies to the industry as a wide global world. Yeah,
Yeah.
B2B or B2C doesn't matter.
So it's working smarter, not harder, and making your advertising more sustainable, less waste of hitting up the wrong people potentially.
Working smarter and not harder should be indeed the motto of the advertising industry that has
Yes,
done
of
the
course.
absolute opposite for the past 15 years.
Obviously feel very strongly about this, Ben. So we're speaking to the right person to explain it to us. Well, I mean, will this work for social media ads? Because it's definitely the way that a lot of people are going.
Why not? Right?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it work with social media? Yes, so absolutely. Uh, I'm not personally a high user of TikTok, but I've seen how many videos you're scrolling through. Uh, it could be compared to how many ads you're exposed to on mobile web, right? So every
Definitely.
interaction on these apps is a distraction, and that
Mhm.
distraction could be monetized. Yes.
I think the average amount of time that the standard person spends on their phone now is around 4 hours a day, which is quite shocking really, but we use it for everything. So I think that's where it's able to creep in up to that 15,000 point because, you use it to order your online food shop. It might be to ask questions, to do research for work, to read your emails, as well as being on social. So you're clearly on the perfect platform there. Well, I mean, I don't believe we do have any other questions. So you've covered absolutely everything off, Ben. I really, really enjoyed you going through that. It was quite insightful for me too. So is there anything else that you'd like to add?
No, besides the fact that, of course, we are open to engage further with you,
Yeah.
whoever you are behind the screen, watching us silently.
Please do drop me or Ben an ad on LinkedIn or an email if you'd like to have any more information, or obviously have a call with us in more detail about how we could help you and your business with your objectives.
Yes, we'll happily engage with you and take this forward, see how this adapts to your brand strategy and media objectives.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for everybody for joining. Please do get prepared and be ready to join us on our next webinar. And thank you so much, Ben, for going through everything with us.
No problem. Thanks
Thank you.
again, Sarah. Thanks, everyone.